You're talking about winning and losing. This blew me away. Bear with me. This is Nick Riewoldt's book, Riewoldt, The Things That Make Us. It's not just about losing. It's measuring so much of your self-worth by how you do things and feeling inadequate when you haven't done something as well as you know you could have. I've had games where we've won and I've played okay, but I might have shanked a shot at goal or made some other basic mistake. This is the bit that really got to me, and I thought, how'd you do this for 17 years? That night, I wouldn't be able to sleep. It made me feel dirty. Dirty is an interesting adjective there. It made me feel dirty, and I'd want to keep talking about it until someone said, don't worry about it, you still played well. I'd search for something to help me cleanse. The whole week, I'd just feel dirty. That is an extraordinary paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to hear that back now that you're out of the game? The whole week, I just feel dirty. Heavens above you.
Yeah. Those that know me well, that were close to me through my career, would agree.
Right.
Like they would see it, and at times that made me hard to be around. So what do I think now when I hear it? I think I can feel it. I can still feel that feeling or emotion, but I'm so glad that I'm not there anymore.
Dirty. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a strange adjective.
Yeah.
So Grant Hackett on this show once said to me, and it stuck in my mind like that did. I asked him, how did you feel about your silver and bronze medals? And he said they were disgusting.
Yeah.
And it's the same style of adjective that you've used, dirty.
Mm. That's how I felt. And so that's why I was so wound up all the time, particularly in the lead up to games, was because I felt like every time I took the field, and this was true for my last game. Every time I went on the field, it was an opportunity to either enhance my reputation or diminish my reputation, which is silly. Like, it's nonsensical, because if you've done something for 15 years really well, then one game's not going to really change the way people think about you. But in my mind, that's where I went. So I used to do this thing where I would, like, before I was going to the game, and I would just go into a zone that was completely subconscious. I didn't even know I was doing it, but every week I would brush my teeth, and I had like a game day brush my teeth mode where, like Kath would say, would you take it easy? You're gonna pop a tooth out, or your gums are gonna start bleeding. Because I would just start brushing my teeth in the most aggressive manner, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. And this was my very last game that I played.
So you're still doing it at that point?
I knew it was my last game. I knew I was driving to the MCG. We couldn't play finals. This is it. This is your last game. And I was still doing it. And I remember having the conversation and being in the shower, brushing my teeth and saying, she was like, it's your last game. Can't you just go and relax? I'm like, you would think, but I just can't. And so right through to my last game, every time I went out was an opportunity to potentially chip away at what people thought of you, which is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And it wasn't just catastrophic failure like losing a grand final that dictated that. It was the most simple things within a game of football that if you might have kicked 3 or 4 and taken 10 marks and had a good day, but if I had a couple of moments where I thought, geez, I didn't do that, like I can't believe I missed that goal. I can't believe I ran in and went to pass when I should have, whatever. And I would play it over and over and over, and that would dominate the way I reflected, rather than the other good things that had occurred or the fact that we'd won. And so I, particularly in a leadership position, I had to be really careful to sort of internalize a lot of that stuff. I mean, like I said, those close to me were able to pick up on it, but it was just the headspace that I found myself in that I could never shake. I couldn't shake it for 17 years.
How long after the game finishes, like football moves on very quickly, how long, say your game, you're playing a traditional 2:00 game on a Saturday, you finish at 5:00, there's something that's making you feel dirty.
Yeah.
How long till you are cleansed of it?
Probably until the review, or until the industry had moved on to the next week.
So that's at least Monday or Tuesday.
Maybe. Yep.
Jeez.
Yep.
So you're sitting with it that long.
Yeah.
What does it do to you, those feelings internally?
Provide drive, I think. So
This is where we come back. If you weren't
Yeah.
like this, would you have been the bloke that I read at the start?
probably not.
Wow.
Probably not. And I piss myself off because I think about all the times that I should have had more fun and I should have just enjoyed the ride more. But then at the same time, I don't want people to sit here and think that I didn't enjoy a lot of aspects of it. But the anxiety around performance was something that was really just something to get through. It was not. I didn't enjoy that part of it. I didn't. Once the ball was bouncing, I was in the throes of the game, and I knew I had a bloke's number, or I knew if I went on a long searching lead that the guy was going to like. That was a feeling that I just loved and craved to know that you were just you had the game under control, and that sense of sort of dominance in a game was just like was awesome. It was such an amazing feeling, and I miss that.
Hey guys, Howie here. Thank you so much for watching the Howie Games YouTube channel. We appreciate your support. Now, if you want to hear the full podcast, you can just click on the link directly below. If you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which would be fantastic, bang, click right there. And if you want to see more clips, highlights and updates from the Howie Games, just go that way. Thanks so much. As always, take it easy and peace and love.